Welcome, one and all, to another episode of Pacific414 episode review. I'm your host, Mike, and in this episode, I'm going to be talking about episode 2 of Star Wars Vision, Tatooine Rhapsody. Is it an easy life? Is it a fantasy? Caught in the dark side? The light to your reality? Alright, that's the best I got. But anyways, this episode picks up where we meet this character named Jay, and it takes place during the Clone Wars. I will say that, and again, there are going to be some minor spoilers, but it takes place during the Clone Wars. He's being chased, there's blaster fire everywhere, and I could almost guess that this takes place during Order 66. Well, Jay ends up falling down off of this area that he was at. He encounters a slug, and the slug, we come to learn, his name is Guy, and what ends up happening with this meeting with the slug, well, he wants to form a band. So he does form a band. This is basically a story about a Jedi joining a band of misfits even, and this band is called Star Waver. And this slug, member of the Hutt clan, named Guy, not only recruits Jay, but we also meet Lan, and we also meet Curdy as a member of the band, along with the droid V5. So, we see where it flash forwards to, some other point in time after Jay and Guy first encounter each other. They're performing at a concert when all of a sudden a familiar bounty hunter shows up. That familiar bounty hunter is Boba Fett, and Boba Fett is there to take Guy back to the Hutt clan to answer for his crimes. There's a chase that ensues. Starwave band members get onto their shuttle. It looks like a van. It definitely looks like a van. And they get on their shuttle, they take off, and they think they're in the clear. Wrong. In hot pursuit in Slave 1 is Boba Fett. And Boba Fett manages to shoot them down. They end up crashing. Boba Fett comes, he retrieves Guy, takes Guy away toward Java, and Jay ends up following as Guy and Boba Fett are leaving on Slave 1, and Jay's frustrated because he wasn't able to rescue his friend, and there comes a point where they have to conduct repairs on the ship, and Jay's even told, come on, you're good at fixing stuff, so come on, help us out here and help us fix this, which they eventually do. And we eventually get to Tatooine, where we see the pod race arena that we saw in episode 1, The Phantom Menace. So what ends up happening is Jay and the band end up making a deal with Jabba in order to give Guy one last moment of freedom. They need to perform for the crowd there at the pod racing scene. So Guy's looking at them saying, you guys really shouldn't be here. You're not involved in this. You shouldn't be involved with this. Get out while you still can. Of course, Jay and the rest of the band members say, no, you wouldn't want to disappoint your fans, would you? So they get out there, perform, everybody's happy. We see some familiar shots. We see Mos Eisley Cantina. We see a few Jawas, and we also see the Cantina band as this song's being played. and the band's, just having one last performance. And as they're having this last performance, we see Jabba even grooving to it, his tail's flopping up and down on the ground. So what ends up happening is, because of this performance, Jabba ends up setting Gi free. But here's another catch. Jabba becomes the sponsor of the band. So it's pretty much one of those, feel-good stories where you have a character in Jay who's lost and alone. He meets Gi. Gi is able to form a band. They become a group. They become a family, and they end up helping each other out. And by the way of helping each other out, well, Jay and the rest of the band gained Gi's freedom back. Now, what did I think of this episode? I didn't think it was too bad. It, wasn't really what I was expecting. And the reason why I say it wasn't what I was expecting, I wasn't expecting an episode set in the Star Wars universe, to deal with a rock band. I really wasn't. And maybe that's one of the nicer things about having these different studios take charge of doing these stories for Star Wars Visions, is the fact that you're going to have it take place in the Star Wars universe, but some of the settings may be a little different. Yes, I know some might be saying, but Mike, there's the Cantina band in, the original Star Wars movie. Then in Return of the Jedi, there's Jabba's band in Jabba's palace. Yeah, I know. But to have, an Earth-sounding rock band, I wasn't really expecting that. I was expecting it to sound a little more alien, if you know what I mean. Have different sounds and different instruments. Maybe when they record it, yeah, they sound like they're supposed to here on Earth. But go into post-production, tweak the audio a little bit, make them sound a little bit more alien, is what I'm trying to say. So this wasn't a bad episode. I wouldn't say it's my particular favorite, but it wasn't a bad episode. I think if you're, into a story where these group of people come together, for one cause, one great cause, in some cases, then you'll enjoy it. And then in other senses, you'll look at it and say, what, it's just a fun story. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy it. That's what I have to say about it. It's just one of those stories. It's there. It's fun in spirit. But again, I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites. So that's going to conclude this review of Tatooine Rhapsody. And I will be back with another episode after I've seen episode 3 of Star Wars Visions and give you my take on that. And yes, just so you know, some of these reviews are going to contain some spoilers with a take on what I thought of the episode after watching it. And don't forget, I will be doing an overall review of the anthology series of Visions, just to let you all know what I liked, what I didn't like, and go from there. So I hope you saw what you liked here. Again, I'm just trying something different here with Pacific414 episode reviews, something a little different than what I've done before. So I appreciate your patience as you're watching this. Thank you all very much. If you did like this video, please give this video a thumbs up. Share this video with your friends. Leave a comment down in the comment section below. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, well, the links are down below as well. And I will see you all later. Take care.